Hi there, I'm going to show you how I put this tank together. This tank is a BT-7 and I built it for my bolt action figures. I built quite a few of them actually. And I decided to make a little video on how I actually built the tank so you can copy me and build some yourself. I haven't seen many of these tanks knocking around, so it will be an interesting addition to my own army, if not yours. The BT-7 was pretty much the standard tank of the Russian army, standard light tank of the Russian army, although it had a pretty good anti-tank gun on it, certainly equal to any medium tanks the Allies had. And it was quite nice, quite quick, not too badly armoured, but coming up against later war tanks, middle war tanks, sorry, it didn't stand a chance. So there's the tank in profile. It's quite easy to make and I will show you how I put it together. I'm going to show you now how to cut the tank out and put it together. From my experience, I will show you a tank I did earlier, which is this one. This is one of my old tanks. This is one of the first bolt action tanks I did. And you can see how I did the track guards there. I did them separately and stuck them on afterwards. However, after long experience of that, I realised that sticking the track guards on as part of the actual model was a lot easier because they don't fall off when you're handling it, and it just doesn't actually make any difference to the overall outcome of the model. The BT had this really funny forward section here. You may notice that it bends in the middle. It's not supposed to. I miscalculated the length because I'm stupid. That will go underneath like that, and that will prevent that from dropping down, the forward part from dropping down, and then we'll just cut those edges off and put it to make it work. These go on the sides. Now the important thing about the sides for this particular tank, more or less same for most tanks to be honest, these sides join up at the back because the actual hull is higher, which you will see here. The hull is higher, and so the track guards are supposed to be sticking out from the side of the hull rather than the top of it. And I will show you a finished version, which is there. And this should show you that the track guards at the side are supposed to be sticking out of the tank or fastened onto the tank. So here we're going to put the wheels. The overall shape of the tank's already been made. Seal the back up and then put the detail on the front. The BT had a very strange front. Will take a slightly more effort modelling than most other tanks, but you can see it taking shape, and I'll show you the turret. That's the basic shape of the turret. The turret also in this version had an ammunition bin at the back which goes like that. So that's going to be the turret and how the turret fixes. You can make it so the turret revolves. I used to do that, but to be honest it's too much effort to put into it considering I'm only using them for gaming. I could have put them in with spinning turrets, but so that's the turret and that's how the turret will go on. So now we'll see if we can stick that together and see what it looks like when I've stuck the detail on. The wheels have now been added. It's still nice and squishy. You can see how I've added the wheels there. It's not overly complicated doing wheels on this particular version of tank because the wheels are actually the wheels that the track go on, as opposed to other tanks which have bogies and things which are separate. So this is actually a really easy job to do. There's a small gap between the top and the bottom. I had to judge it just right because I don't want the tank to be too tall when it's based up. So the wheels are finished, and now the next part is to put the hull on the tank. I've added milliput to the top of the machine and some on the back just to level it off. Then I've put the grill, the engine grill on the back, and the engine compartment doors to the back. And on the front I've made the front that strange curvy shape that the BT-7 is so popular for having, and some little track guard connectors on the sides. And then all we do now is attach the turret like so, and then merely put the turret and stick the gun on, and you have a completed tank. This is the finished version of the tank. I've finally gone over the turret and put all the detail on. I have added a 45mm gun and a small machine gun which fitted on this version of turret. And you can see the vision slit on the side of the tank. So that is the completed tank. The turret for this version, the Russians tried to standardise all their turrets, and the turret for this version is more or less the same as the turret for the T-26. However, it has different hatch covers, but that's the only real difference, and it doesn't really make much difference to the model. So there we have it. There is the completed tank, and all I have to do now is paint it up. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you some ideas for doing this sort of stuff yourself. Please click like and leave any messages in the message bar, and subscribe. So thank you for watching the video. Goodbye.